On the 9th of June 2017, my life has changed forever. I didn't know it back then, but it was on that day I met my future husband for the first time. Here is the story. At that time, I was in France. I just developed my new hobby, salsa, which is very popular in France. It happened that the man who was destined to become my future husband was also very interested in this dance. One day, we went to the same party where inevitably and unexpectedly we established our first contact. At the beginning, I didn't know anybody, but I wanted to find someone to dance with me. So I was looking at the dancing people to search for a target. Those best dancers are always occupied, so I was waiting and waiting. Suddenly, I saw a man who knew how to dance was resting there. So I thought, oh, maybe this is my opportunity. I can invite him. While I was thinking, suddenly he looked at me and I was frightened. I looked away immediately. I was thinking, what should I do? What should I do now? Because I was shy and I didn't know how to invite a stranger. It took me some time to prepare myself mentally. While I was hesitating and looking at him, looking at my target, and suddenly he looked at me again. And I looked immediately away, pretended nothing has happened. For a while, I was struggling what I should do. And I looked at him again. He was still sitting there and looked like he was waiting for me to talk to him because he saw me already looking at him. But while I was imagining this, for the third time, that guy looked at me. And for the third time, he caught me looking at him. Oh man, it was really awkward. This time, if I don't do anything, the situation will be really very embarrassing. Finally, I motivated myself and walked towards him and asked if he wants to dance. I was very nervous, but I pretended to be very calm. I pretended that I am already used to all type of Western socializing, hoping that he would say yes. Luckily, he said yes. Yeah, we can dance. And I was so relieved. Then we had our first dance. At first, it was not easy to catch his dancing steps. Apparently, he has his own way to count rhythm. It took a while for me to get used to it, but after I started to enjoy dancing with him, because he knew many fancy tricks and he was quite gentleman, he kept a distance with me while dancing. There was no inappropriate and unnecessary body contact with me. That gave quite good first impression of him. After the dance, I remembered him. So that's how I met my husband. Believe me or not, on the first day of our long relationship, we barely talked at all. We had mostly physical contact in the rhythm of salsa, although it was only holding hands. After we become a couple, we talk about this, and my husband described how he thought about me when we met for the first time. He said that he thought I was weird. Oh yeah, it was a little bit weird and embarrassing, I admit it. But later I found that he is even more weird than me. So two weird people attract each other and we ended up together. Dancing parties are a very good place to look for partners. Although I didn't have this intention at all. I love dancing, that's why I went to parties to dance with different people. I really didn't expect that I would find my husband in parties. But it seems that many people are looking for romantic relationships there. My husband as well. Later he told me that dancing is his hobby, thanks to which he made a lot of friends. But my interpretation of this is that he met a lot of women through dancing, and he made friends with some of them. Eventually, he can choose one to be his girlfriend, which is what happened. He found his girlfriend there. But thinking from this angle, it started to be a little bit weird. No matter what, dear friends, if you want to find a partner, I recommend you to learn dance. My husband said that salsa is not a stupid dance like disco that everybody can do. It requires a lot of effort to practice and to really dance it well. So if you look on the dance floor of salsa, you can find good quality partner. Voila, this is the beginning of our story. Many people are curious about how we met. They think that a Chinese and a Polish sounds a lot of distance and difficulties between them, but it happens that we were both in France and we were both on the same party, and when we saw each other frequently in the same place, we just remember each other and start our friendship, and our friendship developed. I also felt very weird because I was in France. I thought that I would find a French boyfriend, or I would not find any boyfriend at all, because I thought at the beginning that I will have a Chinese boyfriend eventually. But life is interesting. It gives you a lot of surprises, and this is one of them. And the rest part of our stories is also very interesting and exciting. I hope that I will have a chance to tell you. So if you are curious about the rest part, please watch my next videos. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, give us a like, and see you next time. Bye bye. Drodzy widzowie, jeśli chcecie usłyszeć, jak mówię po polsku, proszę oglądajcie mój polski kanał na YouTubie. Tam przygotowałam dla Was kilka lekkich, ale ciekawych tematów. Proszę subskrybujcie. Dziękuję. Pa!